I want to talk about why Vincent van Gogh is one of my favorite artists and why it's for a reason I don't think a lot of people will expect. If you are not from Western civilization, there is a horrible stigma here that to be an artist is to suffer. Essentially, you being in emotional or even physical toil can create beautiful pieces for others to enjoy. It's pretty gross. And a lot of artists, myself included when I was younger, kinda used it as a crutch or coping mechanism, like, I may be suffering, but at least I'm making things people like. Which can lead a lot of artistic people to be afraid of treatment or getting help for their issues because they think their creative drive will die with their depression or with their psychoses. Not really comprehending that those kind of things don't really, disappear or go away, you just manage them better. Anyway, I want to talk about how Vincent van Gogh spits in the face of this belief, and why that makes him one of my favorite painters. Think Vincent van Gogh. What is his most famous painting? This one. Starry Night. You know where he painted that? In a sanatorium, where he admitted himself to get treatment. That was the view outside the window of his room. If you don't know a lot about the personal life of Vincent van Gogh, he had a lot of psychological issues, who knows what they would be diagnosed as today, as well as delusions. This resulted in him kind of being shit on throughout his whole life, and he never sold a painting while alive, except for the few his brother bought. And while Van Gogh's story does end rather tragically, he never stopped trying to get better. Not only did he personally admit himself into a sanatorium, he also then sought out a homeopathic doctor, which resulted in this painting that contained foxglove, which is what his doctor prescribed him to help with his mental conditions. I truly believe that if Van Gogh had been, around today, he would have absolutely gotten psychiatric treatment and have lived an okay life. Unfortunately, he lived in the 1800s, and he unfortunately died most likely from self-inflicted injury. That being said, though, I do give a percentage of my own personal recovery to Van Gogh. Reading about him, learning that one of his most beloved paintings was made while he was seeking mental health treatment, that inspired me to want to get treatment of my own. And although it took years of falling and getting back up and trying new medicines, getting off medicines, my living situation's changing, I am finally at a place where my art is celebrated, where I am able to create and make things and people buy and love them. I am my own boss. I run my own business. And I owe a large chunk of that to all of you beautiful and amazing people that have watched me. Am I saying I would have never gotten better if I never knew about Van Gogh? Who knows? We don't live in a place where we can look at different timelines. All I'm saying is that hearing that a man who I looked up to made such gorgeous art while trying to get better inspired me to do the same.